Okay guys, so today we're going to be doing a video on the LR physical Goku and Piccolo. Now this guy has been out for a bit on JP, and he has even been out for a bit on Global actually. He came out right before the 7th year anniversary, so I mean this guy has kind of settled in and solidified his use in this game. And I just want to take him in the Legendary Vegeta event, see how good he fares up, see if this guy has aged at all, because, I mean, his kind of era of Legendary Summon units, I say his era, but he only released a couple months ago on Global, have all been really good. I mean, units like the Tech Goku and Gohan, you know, they're just very, very good units. And units like the AGL Frieza, of course, and the LR Merge Zamasu, so kind of like these Legendary Summon units post 200% leader skill, have all been pretty busted. So I figured we could take this guy in, the Legendary Vegeta event, see how good he's going to be, because I am kind of curious how good he is, because I honestly kind of forgot this guy existed. Unfortunately, I was not able to pull him on my account, so I haven't really able to have much use for him because I just don't have him. And I can't really run him as a friend because he's only a 150 leader skill, so it's a little bit rough, but still, again, Legendary Vegeta event, just wanted to see how good he's going to fare up and see how well he can just look in general. So we do have him on a 170% lead. This guy does not have a 200% lead, unfortunately. However, I could see him getting one eventually. I think, especially with stuff like the anniversary coming up, they'll probably try and have these 200% leaders cover more of a variety of categories. So I'm sure this guy could fall under one of those. And yeah, we got a lot of support right here. We're going to have all of our links active as long as we get him with the other Goku and Piccolo. One thing I did want to point out, though, how come this guy only has like 4 links? And this guy has 6 links. Or, not links. The other one has 4 categories. This one has 6 categories. Shouldn't it be the opposite, to where the other one has more categories? Because the other one is on Movie Heroes. So technically, he should have that over this guy. And other than that, they should be on the same categories, though. So why does this guy have Connected Hope and Final Trump card, and this guy doesn't? I kind of find that a little bit odd, because they are literally the same character. They are both Goku and Piccolos. But anyway, yeah, this is the guy, you know, this is the art, everything. We're going to get into his kit in a second, but before that, I just want to say I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let me know who you want me to do a showcase on next, because I'm open to doing it on anyone. So, alright, so getting into his kit, starting off with his leader skill, like I said a minute ago, he's only 150 lead, and it's for Sand Saga or Battle of Woods category key +4, HP attack and defense plus 150%. Now, don't get me wrong. This has use for kind of newer players or people who've only been playing for like a couple months. However, if you have some of these 200% leaders, you already have better leaders than this, so I don't really see why you'd be running this. But for sure, Sand Saga doesn't really have a great leader because Raditz is the only other leader. And I know Raditz is like the best unit ever, but come on, you gotta have some fun in Dokkan, right? You don't just want to run Raditz and beat everything. You gotta run another guy, because if you just run Raditz, you're just gonna win too easily. So this guy is a pretty good kind of sub-leader for Sand Saga if you don't have Raditz. And then, yeah, his super attack effects. For his 12 key, he raises attack, so that's an infinite 30% attack buff. And then he causes colossal damage to enemy. I still like how he's stacking attack. I mean, 30% attack just infinitely is great. So, obviously, that just means later in the fights, he'll just get better and better offensively. And then for his 18th key, he gets 50% defense. So he greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. 50% defense is great. That's an amazing super attack effect. So really good there. And then for his passive skill effect, he gets attack and defense plus 100%, and then an additional defense plus 200% when HP is 50% or more. He gets ki plus 5, and then an additional attack plus 90%, and guards all attacks for 5 turns from start of turn. So that guard is really nice. That'll make him great for stuff like Super Battle Road, because that'll pretty much cover the whole fight, because it's for the first 5 turns. And then he launches an additional super attack within the same turn after receiving an attack as the first attacker in the turn. So keep in mind, the way this is worded, he only gets that as the first attacker in the turn. So if you have him in slot 2 or 3, and you get AoE'd, like for instance, if you take him in the AoE Broly red zone stage, then if he gets AoE'd in slot 2 or 3 and he gets hit, he's not getting that guaranteed additional, because he still has to be in slot 1. And then he gets an additional 30% attack when performing an Ultra Super Attack, and then an additional attack plus 70% when activating the active skill or when ki is 24. So pretty solid passive right there. I mean, a lot of attack, a lot of defense. He's got some guard in there. He's got some ki in there. So just a lot of stuff going on in general. I guess it does kind of suck the guard is only for the first 5 turns, but we'll see what his defense is looking like after the guard wears off, and if it's still sufficient enough to be good even without guard. So yeah. Moving on, though, I'll just go over his links and categories really quick. We already kind of touched on his categories. You know, pretty all right. I mean, none of these are really great, though. Honestly, they all need 200% leads. Like I said, Sand Saga is just too good of a category because Raditz is on there. So, you know, you want to have fun in this game. And then Battle of Wits is, that's not good. Battle of Wits sucks. Battle of Wits is not a good category. Joined Forces is actually alright. It's got a decent lead with, well, actually, the team we're running him on with this guy. Kind of a wonky unit, but, I mean, still a good team, good leader. And then All Out Struggle kind of sucks. Connected Hope kind of sucks. And Final Trump card, while it has a lot of good units on there, the category sucks. It only has a 150 lead, so you can't really run Final Trump card in some of these more difficult stages. So yeah. No equipment on him because I can't really do anything about it. I'm on a private server. He is kind of spaced out between additionals and crit. And yeah, so let's get into his active skill and exchanged form now. So his active skill condition, it can be activated after the character receives an attack 7 or more times in battle, or when HP is 50% or less, starting from the 4th turn from start of battle. I love that. I love the active skill requirements where you just have to receive a certain amount of attacks, because then you could just throw them in the slot that has the most attacks, receive all the attacks, and then bam, you got your active. And then for the active skill effect, it greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to enemy, disables enemy's action within the turn, and exchanges with Piccolo. So he does a lot of damage for sure, because he's greatly raising attack temporarily and causing ultimate damage. And then he also has that disabling enemy's actions once. So that's basically the same thing as the 7th tier LRs, to where it just gets rid of an attack. So pretty solid right there. And then he exchanges with Piccolo, which I'd say this is where the controversy kind of comes in with this unit, because Piccolo is good, but I feel like he can be wonky in some scenarios. But we'll see in the showcase. So starting off with the super attack effects, he raises defense and causes colossal damage to enemy, so stacking defense, so that's really good. I think that further should incentivize you to go full additional with this guy, because if you get those additionals, you just get that extra defensive stack, which is going to be very, very useful with this guy. And then on his 18 key, he massively raises attack for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to enemy. I normally don't really like it when these guys are getting like defense on their 12 key and just offense on their 18 key, because you want to go for the 18 key, but defense is more important than offense, so it makes it kind of just weird to just get key with that unit in general. However, this guy is massively raising attack, so that's a 100% attack increase. So because of the fact that it's so much attack, I'm okay with it. You know, I'm alright with it. So yeah, pretty good super attack effect right there. Nothing really too crazy, but nothing really too bad. He is stacking, and he's massively raising attack for 1 turn, so I guess that is pretty good. And then for his passive skill effect, he recovers 10% HP at the start of turn, key plus 3 and attack and defense plus 100%, plus an additional key plus 3 and a defense plus 100% with 3 or more key spheres obtained, and then an additional attack plus 100% when performing an ultra super attack, if HP is 50% or more when performing an ultra super attack, plus an additional 50% attack, and then disables enemy's action once within the turn when key is 24. So that's the same thing he does on his active skill effect. Like I said, it's the same thing as the 7th tier LRs as well. So pretty solid right there. I gotta say, not a horrible passive, but I'm a little worried about how good he's going to be defensively. So, but we'll see about all that when we get there. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the unit. Again, 200% leader, or not 200% leader skill, 170% leader skill, because he does not have a 200%. But we're going to have a lot of links active. We got a lot of support going on, and just an overall pretty good team. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to when we're in the Legendary Vegeta event. Okay, guys, so here we are. We have him on the 2nd rotation, and we've got a pretty solid rotation with him right here. We got 2 support units with the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, and then the God banner unit Piccolo. We're going to be able to have 3 links active, Experienced Fighters, Solid Support, and Fierce Battle. So we are missing out on like Tough as Nails, Shocking Speed, which gives a good amount of defense. So and Infighter and Legendary Power, of course, which gives a good amount of attack. So we are missing a little bit from links. However, I mean, I still think this is a great rotation with the support and all that going on. So yeah, so defensively, we're at 287k defense. Now, I know that doesn't really look too impressive to you. However, we are guarding, and we're getting 50% defense post super attack. So, I mean, I still think that's great, because after we super attack, we're going to be at, like, just right around 400k, right? 400k with guard turn 1. Pretty good. I would say 400k with guard is actually really good, especially because we're missing Tough as Nails. With Tough as Nails activated, we would be pushing 500k with guard, which is crazy to think about. But But yeah, so right here, we're at a 6.3 million attack stat. Unfortunately, we didn't get an attack in slot 1 either, or before super attack. So, we weren't getting a guaranteed additional right there. However, if we did have that attack before we super attack, we would have had that and then a guaranteed additional coming that would have stacked defense, or that would have stacked attack, excuse me. I'm getting the Piccolo and the Goku and Piccolo confused. So yeah, he would have been able to get a stack of attack right there if we got the 12 key. But, I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, but I mean, pretty solid showing right there. I would say 400k defense with guard is pretty good. Granted, I know the guard only lasts for the first 5 turns, but, I mean, still, that's good, right? Because then the first 5 turns, you just run him in Super Battle Road, and he'll be great. But yeah, we'll see, because right there, we didn't really have as many links active as we could have, and we didn't really have that much offensive support. Actually, I don't think we had any offensive support right there, because I think the Piccolo only gives offensive support when you're facing an extreme class enemy. And, of course, this is a Legendary Vegeta event, and Vegeta is not an extreme class enemy. So, yeah, I don't think we got that active. But this next rotation right here, we're going to have him with the Int Goku and Piccolo, right? So, I mean, this is going to be a crazy rotation. And we're going to have him the Piccolo on rotation, just the STR one, so we can get that support with him. So, okay, if we can get there. Come on. This guy never gives me additionals, but now he's getting all these additionals. I don't know. I think this guy, unfortunately, is probably the worst unit out of the bunch of LRs in the worldwide celebration, which does kind of suck because he leads joined forces. I'm not saying he's bad. Before you type your hate comment, I promise he's good. He's good for sure. But out of Metal Cooler, STR Cooler, and Bird Coup, this guy is probably the worst out of them all. But that does kind of suck because his leader skill is so good. So yeah. Alright, so right here, we have 7 out of 7 links active. We are receiving an attack in slot 1, so that means this guy has a guaranteed additional. And we have that 30% defensive support, and we spiked up to 322k. Yeah, that's good. Because post-super attack, we're going to be at, like, almost 500k defense. So, I mean, 500k defense with guard? That's good. That's good, right? I mean, that's good. I don't gotta say that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and just do his 12 key just so we can get this animation in the video. And then we'll see what his 18 key is looking like next turn, because I just still want to show off his 18 key because obviously that's where the bulk of his damage is coming from. But let's see what it's looking like without the 18 key damage multiplier and then all that stuff. Okay, so 3.97. So obviously, big drop off from, like, what was it? A little over 6 million. But, you know, we did that, and then we got some attack stacking in. So, just overall, we're going to be hitting harder anyway. Okay, so, yeah, I'm just going to do this. Run the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 off rotation, so we can get them with the Goku and Piccolo. Because, I mean, that unit, I wouldn't say really needs a support unit to be good, but with support, that guy's going to look a lot better because, I mean, guard with crazy high defense is, like, a big deal. I mean, of course, obviously, guard with crazy high defense is better than guard with low defense, but, like, 200k defense with guard and then 500k defense with guard, it's such a big difference between those two, like, or even, like, 400k defense with guard and then 500k defense with guard. There's a big difference between that because I don't know. It's just the way guard works. Higher defense really, really matters. So having a unit like this that gets such high defense stats with guard is just crazy. Now, unfortunately, this guy does get to those high defensive stats after he super attacks because he gets that 50% defense post super attack. But even start of turn, look, we're at 350k defense with guard, which is pretty good, right? So yeah, post super attack right here, we are going to be at, like, oh, we're going to be over 500k right here. So over 500k defense with guard, and ooh, we got so lucky with physical key spheres, and we get the guaranteed additional right here. So this is just going perfect for us. So this is a great rotation right here. So let's see what attack stat he's looking like. Over 500k defense with guard. Whoa, 12 million? What? Wait, 12 million? With a guaranteed additional 500k defense guard. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really, really good. Okay. Get this in the video, I guess. This is pretty cool. Okay, I can't just get over that. 12 million attack stat, guaranteed additional, the additional probably would have been approaching 10 million, right? It would have at least been like 7, 8 million. He had 500k defense with guard. Like, what? And we only got one attack stack in. So, like, we only got that 12 key once. So he would have been over, like, 10 million still, even if we didn't get that stacking in at all. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Okay, what is this guy going to look like after we are no longer guarding and all that? Because I'd be kind of curious. Because if he's still looking very good offensively and defensively without the guard and that extra, I believe it's 90% attack, then, I mean, this guy's good for long and short events. Because we've already solidified he's good for short events, right? I mean, that turn right there was, I mean, it was good enough, right? And keep in mind, that turn where he did the 12 million attack stat, we did not have any offensive support. We only had the defensive support from this guy and that key. So, right there, that was all him offensively. All right, so right here, again, 7 out of 7 links active. I'm going to stop showing this because you already know it's 7 out of 7 links. We got him with this guy who shares 7 out of 7 links. We're at 337k defense, so once again, right about 500k defense. However, I don't think we have guard right here. I think it did wear off. And we are also missing out on that extra, what was it? That 5 key and the additional 90% attack. So you can kind of see it in the key drop off. Like, you know, we were so easily at 24 key on the previous rotation. And right here, with key support, yeah, with 4 key support, we are still this low on key. Now, this isn't horrible because we got pretty lucky right here, so we can get the 18 key super attack. But, I mean, for sure, a big drop-off in key at least. However, I hope it's not that bad of a drop-off in attack because, I mean, 12 million with the guaranteed additional is crazy. So we are going to get the additional right here, of course, because we are receiving this attack. However, we're getting our defense lowered, right? Oh, no, we didn't get the defense lowered, so... Alright, so yeah, that was a pretty big drop-off. So 5.2. With the guaranteed additional, though, I'll still take it. What is the additional at? 3.3. Okay. That's still a lot of damage, keep in mind, because he's getting that 50% defense. So 500k defense with a 5.3 million attack stat and the additional that is stacking. So, I mean... Okay, guys, so sorry about that. I had a difficulty with my computer, and then it just kind of crashed. But I still wanted to use that footage because we did kind of get to see the drop-off in attack stat on his 12 and or his 18 key after he lost that 90% attack. However, I did hop back in, and I wanted to wait till I could exchange with the Goku to start recording again. But we got this rotation right here, which is actually a pretty good rotation. I want to see what attacks that he could do because, of course, we have those links active. We have 337k defense, and we got some good key right here. So, full 24 key. We pretty much got everything in his passive activated. So yeah, I just wanted to show this just to kind of show off what attacks that he could get to. So, all right. So, 13.9 million attack stat. So, 12 million is no longer the highest attack stat of the video. It's basically 14 million with an 11 million crit. So we did not have that guaranteed additional right there. But, I mean, again, just so much damage. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show off that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut to when I have the active skill and all that going on so we can exchange. Okay, so here we are with his active skill. We can pop it right here. Pretty solid rotation, of course, 7 out of 7 links, but no support unit, so that is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, let me just make sure I don't have the skip on. Skip active skill off. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, let's play this. Actually, this does look pretty good, too. This is a pretty good representation of, I mean, the anime, you know. I like that shot right there. That was a good shot. And then Goku's lifeless body. 10 million damage? Oh my god. Okay, alright, well, yeah, that was pretty good. So, we still are going to have 7 out of 7 links active because, of course, his link set doesn't change. We're at 149k just start of turn. However, after we get the key spheres right here, we're going to shoot up to 224k defense. Yeah, I mean, that's good, but we're not going to be able to get that 12 key because, of course, we're not really stacking much because, I mean, especially alongside this guy because, you know, all the links, we're going to get all that key from his links. So, I mean, we're always going to be getting an 18 key super attack. So, I mean, getting that 12 key super attack is kind of going to be a struggle. So, I don't know. But, yeah, there's the attack nullification right there. So, what are we looking at offensively? 14.7. I thought 13.9 was going to be the highest attack stat of the video, but I take it back. 14.7 is the highest attack stat of the video. That's crazy. 14.7 is like insane because he wasn't even at full 24 key. Keep that in mind. So, I mean, we could look even better. Oh my god, that's just crazy right there. 14.7. Yeah. I mean, defensively right there, of course, we were not that great, which, I mean, is kind of the issue with a lot of units, just in general today, is how they do so much damage, but defensively they just kind of suck, and I think this guy doesn't really suck, because especially in his pre-exchanged form, defensively, that's where he's at his peak, right? He has that guard for the first 5 turns. He gets 50% defense post 18 key super attack, so even if you're past the phase where he has that guard, so if you're past turn 5, you'll still have a good amount of defense as long as you're above 50% HP, so you get that extra 200% defensive buff, because you'll be chilling around 500k, which, I mean, is alright. That'll tank you double digits from a lot of these hard-hitting bosses' normal attacks, at least. However, super attacks, you could still die from that, but when he has that guard activated, this guy would be able to tank pretty much anything from anything. So, so that's for sure very good. So, right here, we got some extra support. We're at 200k defense, just flat out. We're actually getting exactly 3 key spheres right here. So, with these 3, this is going to shoot us up to 277k defense. So, I mean, again, not really that good considering he's really only at 277k defense, right? Oh, I do forget, we are recovering that 10% HP too, so that is for sure pretty nice. You know, recovering 10% HP, I think, does kind of show that this... recovering HP, I see it as like a defensive kind of thing to have in your passive. So I guess that does make him a little bit better defensively, just because he's recovering HP. And it is 10%, and it's start of turn. So, I mean, I guess that is nice, for sure. And we're at 14.4. Oh my god, this guy is good offensively. I wish he was better defensively. If this guy was better defensively, this would be one of the best units in the game. Because 14.4. Okay, so actually I think we're dead right here. Are we dead? Okay, guys, sorry about that. My private server is having some issues to where it keeps on crashing. But I still pretty much already showed everything there was to the show of this unit. You know, we got the active skill in the video. We got the exchange in. We got to see him hit some insane numbers. I mean, come on, almost a 15 million attack stat. Granted, I mean, defensively, not really the best exchange when he's exchanged, right? But, I mean, pre-exchange is still great. He can still stack when he exchanges. So, if you get those 12 key super attacks off, he could still be looking better. But yeah, I mean, that has been the video. Let me know what you guys think of this guy down in the comments. Again, let me know if you want me to do a showcase on any other units. And yeah, that's been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.